what a roller coaster ride of a year it's been for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Because on one hand, we've got moments where we're looking at this team and it's like, wow, the Arizona Cardinals are the best team in the NFC West. They're probably going to win the division. They're going to go to the playoffs. Kyler is really clicking with convincing wins over the Rams in week 2, the Chargers in week 7, and close matchups with the now 13-3 Bills, the 14-2 Lions, and Vikings. So on paper, the Cardinals have had a good year. Kyler Murray has come back good from injury, threw for over 3,600 yards for the first time since 2021, and he showed flashes of why he was the number 1 pick back in 2019, but that's where the good ends. As the Cardinals are now 7-9, and Kyler Murray has just not played at an elite level. He's not played where the Cardinals need him to play at if they want to have true success. The issue with Kyler Murray is his ceiling is good, but not great. He'll never be able to lead this Cardinals squad to a deep playoff run. They may sneak into the wild card here and there, but he cannot lead a team to a deep playoff success. I don't care if that's with the Cardinals or someone else, more established, more talented. And look, I like Kyler Murray. I have nothing against the guy. So don't take what I'm about to say as, oh, you just hate Kyler Murray. You don't want to see him ball. But Kyler Glazers on social media are claiming that all the Cardinals struggles have to do with head coach Jonathan Gannon, which if I had to sit through meetings with him, I'd probably feel uninspired as well. But Kyler Murray has got to man up at some point. Stop worrying about Call of Duty, giving his team designer and whatever else he's got going on, and just play ball. Simple enough. Work hard in the offseason to get better, and the Cardinals invested everything into this man. They gave him DeAndre Hopkins early in his career, and it's not like DeAndre Hopkins now. This was DeAndre Hopkins in his prime. They gave him a solid running back in James Conner, a top 10 offensive line, and to top it all off, the Cardinals had so much confidence in Kyler Murray that they were willing to give him a 5-year, $230 million contract that went into effect this season. $230 million to lead your team to a 7-9, possibly 7-10 season, depending on how week 18 goes for you. That's embarrassing. $230 million to throw 17 touchdowns and 11 interceptions for you to get beat by who many consider to be the worst run franchise in football, and that's my Carolina Panthers. I hadn't been paying attention to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals much. Like, I knew that Marvin Harrison Jr. was having a bad year. I had him on my fantasy team, but the only time I had heard of the Cardinals was that when they were like a playoff team in week 6 and 7. But when I watched this game against the Carolina Panthers, I realized that this matchup should not even be close. So the Cardinals are not keeping it close because they're playing great football, but it's simply because the Panthers have no idea how to close out games. The only reason this game went to overtime is because the Panthers don't know how to win yet. They tried everything to hand this game back to Arizona, and they didn't take it. 200 yards and a touchdown, an interception, that's not going to cut it for a quarterback getting paid $46 million a season. And then last week against the Los Angeles Rams, Murray puts up 300 plus yards. So if you stop there, that's a good game. But he throws 2 picks and only 1 touchdown, losing 9-13. You scored 9 points. Again, Kyler Murray is getting paid $46 million a season to put up 9 points against a division rival. And to top it all off, one of those picks was a game-sealing one in the end zone. Kyler Murray is not a top 10 quarterback. He's not. I'm sorry. I like the guy. He was a dog for me 1 year in fantasy, but he's made no effort to get better. He is the same player he was 2 years ago, and now that's catching up with him. He's top 15. I'll give him that, but he's nowhere near top 10. A 35-45 record as a starter does not warrant the contract that Kyler Murray has. If I'm the Arizona Cardinals, I'm cleaning house this offseason. I'm looking to see what the trade market is for Kyler, and even if you don't get anything for him and you decide to keep him around, you've got to fire Jonathan Gannon because this cannot keep happening. The Cardinals are officially stuck in mediocrity.